Hey, what's going on everyone? It's David Palmer, the Leo King. I just wanted to put out a quick little update about just how I've been processing all this Virgo energy, this new moon, which was very rare with the Uranus trine. One, it's a lot of Virgo. It's a lot of, is this good for my reality? Is this not? That's what Virgo really represents as we harvest in Virgo, as we're harvesting our lives for the betterment. It's almost like you got to imagine being out there in a field, right? And kind of picking up, you know, the crop and being like, is this good for that bundle or is this good for that one? And that one's kind of the second best. I know that Virgo doesn't get associated much with better, but with Uranus and Taurus in trine, there's definitely this, there are better piles of the reality we can be on, and this is what I'm calling God's course correction. So what I mean by that is, like, no matter what you're trying to do, no matter what road you're trying to go down, like, the universe is somewhat fully, I don't even want to say somewhat, but like fully intervening and being like, no, you're going this way. And it's like, oh, okay. And almost forcing you. That's what Uranus does. Uranus is a very fixed energy, and it's a very powerful planet, and it's in a fixed sign of Taurus. So if it's not in alignment with your better values, this reality right now, or this road you're going down with all these big trines to Saturn that are starting to happen with the South Node there, like, don't go back down old karmic roads. Don't go to like your same patterns. Like, this is definitely going to course correct you like crazy. And especially with, if you just see the way that Mercury's in Virgo and it's going really fast, and we have the Sun and Mars conjuncting, this is a lot of personal stuff going on about your definition of yourself, who you are, where are you going to go, how are these things going to happen. So it's really not pretty, it's really intense. And it's a time for you to really go, if this isn't working out, I can't get frustrated. Because one thing about Virgo, can get frustrated and try and make it a math problem in your head, or start to overanalyze every aspect of what's going on. But the beautiful part of Virgo is things are actually quite simple when you're on the more pure path. And with Uranus here, this is great actually for Uranus to go like, here, I'm going to direct the traffic to a better place. You might not see it now. That's the whole thing about Uranus. Remember, it's past Saturn, so it's not a planet we see with our eyes. So it's like this beyond the reality, literally, that is telling us and adjusting us and being like, yeah, no, that road's, it might look like you want that road, but it's not. I'm pushing you this way. And it's kind of like, okay, what? And if you don't have some sort of deep, you know, kind of emotional, spiritual base right now, it's going to be very difficult for you. Because it's funny, I'm doing this here at my altar just because I'm not in the studios, and we took a vacation at the studios, and so I was just like, where am I going to film? I was just like, you know what? I'll throw the camera here at my altar. Now, a lot of people have actually seen my altar. I've done a couple like little things on it, but not actually just sat there. And of course, I'm not going to give you my whole tour. I don't want to give away how I set up all my crystals and stuff. It's just personal myself. But I think it's important for everybody to have, in the moments when the road might not go down the way that you want to right now, like, the universe has offered you some huge gift that's right in front of you that maybe you're not wanting to take. And maybe it's important for you to look at that. That's with all this Jupiter stuff. So I just wanted to put that out there to remind you all, and know that these are major turning point times of God intervening the course. And it's a major course correction in your life. And to just know that it's going in the right direction, and that there's gifts all along that are signs of telling you where to go, and to not be afraid to experience it with all the Jupiter stuff that we're going to be in squares to. And also with Neptune too. I think if we're chasing the carrot or chasing the dream, you know, and we don't have a fundamental reality going that's going to actually allow that to happen, you're just going to keep swimming upstream and not get there. So definitely this is a very important time because it's almost throwing us into our most personal selves with the Sun and Mars. And if we try to push something too hard, it will definitely be straining. And so we don't want to push something too hard. If it's not connecting Uranus, if it's not a better road that's going to work out, even though I don't think we are really good at discerning that. This is something beyond us that's discerning that. We emotionally have to tap in deep with the North Node in Cancer and with the moon doing its thing after this new moon for this next whole month in a waxing phase until that full moon on top of Neptune and the square to Jupiter. We got a major, huge, shift in our reality happening this month. And so just know and just be aware that this is a major moment for everybody, and it's beyond our control. I think that's the hard part with the South Node on Saturn trines that are starting to build, is we really somewhat believe we have control when we don't, and that there is some greater force right now that is telling us to go, not even telling us, but just diverting us on a course that we cannot see whether it's better or not. So we are not really good at discerning right now. But if you go with it and you don't resist, and you feel like, okay, I get why you're doing it, and you tap into the greater, higher knowledge there of the higher power of God, Source, wherever you connect to that divine energy, you'll notice that this is a major, okay, this makes sense of why I'm going here. Instead of continually to push yourself down a road that's just not making sense. So I wanted to give that out there to people because it can be really frustrating. And even as I'm doing this talk, I've noticed multiple times subconsciously, even I've said one thing and then go, oh no, I'm going to do another. That there is something about that playing out in our reality right now. Like, oh wait, hold it. Ooh, I'm going over here now. Oh. And even though we think we're the controller of it, it's when you back off the control, get back into just your fundamental core of who you are, then the magic's really, truly going to show up. So I just want to put that little message out there for you all. Sending you all my best, hoping you are all doing wonderful. And that's just a little quick tip here about the entrance to September. I'm going to be doing a special video about September because this is just a wild month. Of course, my Passion of the Venus video is up, more centristic on relationships, money, and projects, but how they're all connected through the relationship aspect. There's so much going on with relationships this month. It's insane with how much Venus activity, how much Sun-Mars activity, how they conjuncted there, and more importantly, when we go on the moon in Libra and we go through a Venus T-square and we go through Venus in a lot of different aspects. And just wanted to remind people about that. We also got Venus coming home into Libra this month with Mercury. So there's going to be a lot going on. And we also have the equinox coming up, so in Libra. So there is a lot that is changing, and this is going to be a month to remember. And I was looking back at some of my old, I've done, over 10,000 videos, but sometimes some things pop up in old computers and stuff, and I found this old webinar I did, September to Remember 2013. I was like, oh yeah. And that was a pretty crazy time with Saturn aspects coming direct in Scorpio and stuff. But this is definitely going to be a major September to remember, like 2013 in your life. A lot more intense though. And we also were building up on Pluto-Uranus squares then, but that stuff's technically, starting to totally separate. So we are now in Pluto-Saturn world. And like I said on Deep Astrology, there's big, huge ships, and we're all at the docks that are taking us on a lifelong quest. And anything that's not going to fit into that quest is going to be kicked out and thrown off the docks. Sending you all my best energy. Thanks for being always with me and supporting me and everything. And I'm taking some time just to reflect on everything. That's why you don't see me in my normal crazy Leo King self. I'm just more in just me. Sending you all my best. I'll check in with you all soon. you.